We're doing adding and subtracting scientific notation, day 2. We did day 1 yesterday where I showed you how to do it, showed you the video from our specialist in the chemistry department at one of the universities online. So we're going to practice a few more today. So if we recall what we learned yesterday, adding and subtracting scientific notation, if the powers of 10 are the same, just add or subtract the coefficients, the numbers at the front of the parentheses. If they're not the same, we have to make the exponents the same. So we make the smaller exponent the same as the larger one by moving the decimal to the left or to the right as needed. And we need to keep the power of 10 the same. And then when we're done, however we're doing these, make sure that the answer is in true scientific notation. So let's try a few practice problems. So on this one, we look at it, and you're looking at your notes. We notice that the powers of 10 are not the same, and the smaller power of 10 is -3. We want this to go up to, we want this to be a -2. So in order to do that, we have to move the decimal one place to the left on that coefficient. So we're going to get 0.47 times 10 to the -2 power. Now all we have to do is add 0.47 and 6.4 together. And when we do that, we get 6.87 times 10 to the -2 power for our final answer. And that's all we need to do when we're doing that kind of a problem. So for our next one, when we look at the the exponents, we notice that we've got a 14 on the first one, a 12 on the second one, and we're doing subtraction. So we need to get those exponents the same, which means we want to get the smaller exponent to be a 14. In order to do that, we need to take the decimal right here and move it 2 places to the left so that we can bump that 12 up by 2 and then get our exponent of 14. So we're going to end up right here with 0.03 times 10 to the 14th. And now all we have to do is subtract. So we've got 5.92 subtract 0.03. And when we do that, we've got 9 minus, or we're going to borrow a 1 from the 9, which will bring us a 12 over here. 12 minus 3 is 9. 8 minus 0 is 8. And then we have our 5. So 5.89 times 10 to the 14th power will be our final answer after we make that subtraction. All right, let's keep it going. On this particular subtraction, the exponents again are not the same. We've got 5 and 4. So we want the 4 to bump up to be a 5. So in order to do that, we've got to add 1 to it. In order to get to another 1 on that 4, we have to move the exponent 1 place to the left, which will give us a 0.14 times 10 to the 5th power over here on the right side. So now we just got to do a simple subtraction. 5.88 subtract 0.14. That will give us 5.74 times 10. And now that we have our exponents the same, which is 5, we just put a 5th power right there, and we are good to go. So we circle our answer, and we're done with that problem. Okay, next we've got an extra one that is not on your notes, but you can write it down. This is one that perhaps you haven't seen before, a little bit more involved problem. First of all, we look at our exponents and we notice that the first one has an exponent of 6, second one has an exponent of 7, which means that we want to bump that 6 up to a 7. So in order to do that, we have to add 1 to it, right? In order to add 1 to that exponent, we need to move this decimal to the left one place, which will give us 0.58. And now we'll add the other part of our number to it, 7.239. And when we do that, we get a 9 on the end. 8 plus 3 is 11, so 1, carry the 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we have our 7 out in front. So 7.819 times 10 to the 7th power. All right, if you're getting the idea how to do these aren't too bad, right? So we're going to do more of those kinds of problems on this assignment than we did yesterday. So it's Alex number 72. And we need you to get a work paper. So make sure you get a work paper, show your work, and good luck. So work paper needed. And thank you very much.